Creating customized searches means you can run a search for exactly what you need to find. Saving those searches saves you time because you can easily recall that search template whenever you need it. Every property class has a default template with basic fields applicable to most searches. However, with specific needs from various customers and clients, it's likely that you'll need to run specific searches with additional fields. And as a multi-state MLS, there may be fields used more regularly in your market area that you'll need to add. To add, remove, and rearrange fields, tap Customize and select Fields. Available fields are the fields you can add. Selected fields are what's already included and can be rearranged or removed. To add fields, scroll through the list or use the filter at the top. Two fields I recommend everyone include on their search templates are multiple address and public remarks. Once I find those fields, I can double-click to add or check the box and click Add. Multiple address allows you to search multiple addresses at the same time. Public remarks allows you to search based on keywords typed in the public remarks field. Looking at the selected fields, I can remove any that I don't use by double-clicking each field or checking the box and clicking Remove. Fields can be rearranged by dragging and dropping, or by selecting multiple fields and moving them up and down together. Above the selected fields list, you'll see containers. Containers are how the search template is divided, signified by the blue headers. Primary criteria is where most of the fields are, and anything added or removed will be in that container. There's a second container on the templates called Dates criteria. These are the date fields. If any of these are fields you never search by, feel free to remove and add any date-related fields you do want. More containers can be added to better organize your template, and we'll cover that next. Once you're finished making changes, you have a few ways to save. Apply can be used to save a search that you don't intend to use again. Changes will be saved for this one search, but won't be available in the future. For the difference between Apply Save and Apply Save As, think of it like a Word document. The first time you save a document, you typically choose Save As to give it a name. As you make changes to that document, you choose Save. For this, we'll choose Apply Save As. We can now rename the search and choose if we want to make it the default or not. Default means that every time I open up a residential search, this is the template that will load. If this is the search you're using more often than not, make it your default. Otherwise, leave the box unchecked. Now we have our customized template. Next, let's talk about containers. Containers help divide and organize your template, and they can be opened or collapsed. To add and edit containers, go back to Customize and click Containers. The containers already on your template will show under Sections. Click on them to change their name, move them up or down, and decide if they'll be open by default. Click Add to create a new container. Upon clicking Add, it displays as New Section. Select it and give it a name. Maybe your primary market area is not the Lakes region in New Hampshire, but you sometimes work in that area. So you want to have the water fields on your template just in case. I'll name this Water Fields, and I'll keep Open by Default unchecked so that the container is collapsed. When you click Apply, it saves your changes, but you won't see any changes to the template because a container doesn't display if there's no fields in it. To add fields, go back to Customize and choose Fields. Once I update the container to Water Fields, I can now add fields into that new container. I'm ready to save, and this time I'll choose Apply Save. Notice I don't have to name the search, but I do still have the option to make it my default or not. Looking at my template now, you'll see Water Fields, and I can choose to open this container, and it will stay closed by default. Another way to customize your template is to save your search with data. Think about the searches you run. Is there any data that typically stays the same? One example of data that is saved by default is the listing visibility type. These selections are saved to your template in order to effectively run coming soon searches and save them correctly for your customers and clients. Prime MLS recommends always keeping this data entered on your templates. Another example is state. Prime MLS is a multi-state MLS, but if you're licensed in just one state, enter that data so you don't have to manually enter it with every search. Now think about the type of search you're running. Is this a closed search template? If so, you can save the search with the status of closed and a date range in the closed date field if you'd like. Saving data on templates is all about saving you time, so think about where you can take advantage of that. Remember, when you make any changes, you'll need to save. This time, we can go to the Save Search button and choose Save Search. Here we see the same options as we saw with Apply Save, but this time it will be saved with our new data. Lastly, any searches you save in Paragon Professional will also be available in Paragon Connect. Paragon Connect is the latest version of Paragon built for mobile and usable on any device. A little time spent customizing your searches now means faster, more efficient searching every day. Thanks for watching.